pre-sales engineer. And together we are going to talk to you about, well, I say together, these are my 2 minutes of fame, then I'm going to give him the floor and step away. We are going to talk to you about the Kollective Experience platform. We've been in the SaaS market for more than 20 years. We are a Microsoft partner, but as you know, Otto's presentation, we have many technology. And with this said, Otto, the floor is yours.
Buongiorno a tutti. As Andrea said, sorry, my Italian is not very good. I tried a little bit at the stand, but it wasn't super like exciting, I would say. So I'll try a little bit in English. But you guys, if you have any questions, feel free to ask in Italian. I can understand most of it. So let's go. What we do, Kollective, right? We are well known in the market as an ECDN platform, right? What does it mean, ECDN? So that's Enterprise Content Delivery Network. We're mainly helping companies with their large events, right? We've been doing that for more than 20 years. So this is the side that is here on my right-hand side, enterprise streaming, right? We help with Teams live events, Teams Town Hall, and more than 40 other video platforms, which we call integrations. Here we're gonna, because it's a Microsoft event, we're gonna be focusing more on the Teams side, right? On the left-hand side, this is the new model and our new value proposition that we're introducing, and we're gonna be happy to discuss with you guys here, which means understanding and the team's experience in your organizations, right? Collaboration is at the heart of every single organization today, and we understand how important it is to ensure and measure the performance of Teams users and the collaborators overall. That's why we are coming with this offer that includes user experience, device performance, network performance, Microsoft Teams rooms, and VIP dashboards. So, going into a bit more detail on how we do that. So, we get data from Microsoft Teams, obviously, so either normal team meetings or town halls. For town halls, we can optimize, right? And what does it mean, optimize? It means introducing our SDK, which helps doing peer-to-peer connections between users that are on the same location. That's what we've been doing for more than 20 years, and the biggest organization in the world that trusts us to do that and to help them secure, making the network secure and not overloading the network. We also ingest data from Microsoft Teams meetings, right, including data on their locations, meeting room devices, VIP users, and for large meetings as well. And what we do all of this? So we have a smart platform that does analytics of all of that, and we help organizations understanding where are the gaps or where are the problems in their collaboration. For instance, if there's a location that's constantly underperforming, if there is a group of users that are not getting the best experience in terms of Microsoft Teams, so we help them understanding, visualizing, and acting upon that. And here in the bottom, we egress data to different observability platforms. So our main value proposition is we get your data, we process it, we hydrate it with our information and also with our machine learning models, and that we egress this information to our portal and also to other observability platforms such as Splunk, such as Dynatrace, such as Datadog, and many others that we are introducing the platform right now. Cool. So, going back to this chart, I don't know if you guys, that resonates with some of you guys. So when you try to access a video and it gets turning, and nothing happens. The video doesn't move, the audio gets stuck. So this is been a problem very common in large organizations when your network is not really designed to be able to handle the peak that a company town hall generates in all your one links. And what we do, basically we help to smooth that out, right? By leveraging peer-to-peer between those machines here. So instead of doing all of this, we're gonna be like generating a smooth event. We also have our dashboards to help you observe and analyze large events. That's what we call like Video Experience Center, which is mainly this thing here. So we measure 4 layers for large events. So we measure experience, we measure engagement, we measure quality of video, and we manage the quality of delivery. So just to give an example, if I have an event of 1,000 people, 10,000 people, right, we help measuring, okay, what was the overall experience of your people? So did they have a nice experience for the event? So did they had stalls? Did they had audio chops? No, it was good. So if they had audio chops, it means the quality of experience is no good. Then we measure engagement, which means were the user paying attention at the event? So, or they like minimize the browser, so they mute the audio and they were doing something else, which means they're not paying attention. We help you measuring this thing as well, quality of engagement for the entire event. So people tend to use this data not to point fingers to a particular user, but tend to use it to understand what is resonating from the event and what parts of the event are not resonating. So we show that in a chart over time, and we can really understand which parts of the event were not resonating. Oops. I think it's not for me, right? Cool. We measure the quality of video, which means resolution, right? So did they have 1080p? So if the event was generated in HD, so did they had 1080p actually? Or no, most of the people, they had lower resolution, like 320 or 480p. Right? And we measure the technical delivery as well, which means were the packets delivered on time, or they were like late, or they were like packets lost, so which means that we didn't get the best quality. And you can get that by location, can get that by IP range, you can even get that by user if you want to. Good. Then it comes our new value proposition, which means observability. We want to observe everything that's going on in your team's platform. Right? Either large meetings and either like any other meeting. So the idea is to provide you insights and information on what's going on, where is good, where is bad, and how to improve it. Moving on into collaboration observability. So what we do, we measure the quality of Teams meetings, right? So that means your company, everybody normally has a Teams account. A lot of people used to do like video calls, meetings every day, like conferences, one-to-one calls. But I mean, the people responsible for collaboration, how do they know if they're having the better experience possible? How do they know they're getting a right experience and the collaborators are able to do their work without any flaws? Today, it's not very easy to know. I mean, you have different tools. You have tools that measure network. You have tools that measure the quality of Teams network, but you don't have tools that measure the experience. And it's not very easy to do that because Microsoft provides you some information about it. But sometimes it doesn't really pinpoint to what's the root cause for the problem, what's going on exactly, right? What's the performance of your meeting rooms on the 6th floor of that building? So you don't know, and we are there to help you to understand that. Triage envelope. This is something that we're introducing right now in our product. And the idea is skip all the ping pong, like people blaming each other, right? So network people blaming unified comms blaming network people blaming desktop, everybody blaming each other, and the ticket, if there's a problem, turns around in days and nothing gets resolved. We're there to help with that, right? We are there to get the information about the meetings and try to say, okay, this is the issue we see. Those are the number of affected users in that location. And most likely, the problem is here. In this particular example, is network, right? That's gold information for IT and network people responsible for unified comms and IT people, right? This is very important because it saves hours and hours of endless troubleshooting. Good. That's a snapshot of one of the dashboards, and that's showing actually performance of Teams calls for the last 30 days. Particular location, you get audio quality, you get video quality, you get screen sharing quality, right? We are showing how much percentage you have of bad audio quality. What's the change month over month, right? Here, same for video. What's the change month over month? Same for screen sharing. We detect anomalies in locations, right? So you have a list of locations that you just say, okay, for this particular location, you had 23 problems. When was the last one? we can drill down. We can jump into location and show exactly what are the points where you're having poor audio. That could be related to different reasons. So, for instance, bad network. It could be related to a problem with device, problem with device versions, problem with firmware, problem of many things. And we try to help you analyzing those things, right? This is Kollective. We say we act as a coordination layer. Why? We ingest traffic from Microsoft tenants. So your Microsoft tenant has an interface called Graph API. We tend to ingest data from Graph API into our Kollective engine, and we orchestrate that, and we ingest our information about network topology, which is already available on our tenant for our existing customers, and you can enter that very easily. VIP users, so you can create groups of users which require specific level of quality for Teams meetings, and you can also create groups of meeting rooms, so you can understand all your meeting room landscape. You can classify them in terms of location, in terms of vendor, in terms of geographical city, like any other metric that you want to add to the tags, and then we can help you sorting this information out. We generate alerts, so that's a very useful tool to understand, okay, we had a particular problem at this point, and you don't want to dig and dig and dig and keep looking at data. So we just send the alert to your preferred platform. That could be Microsoft Teams channel, for instance, and that could be other platforms such as ServiceNow, for instance. And we also able to egress telemetry to different observability platforms in the market, such as Dynatrace, Splunk, Datadog, Power BI, and many others. Good. I think we still have a bit of time, so maybe I think it would be useful to take a break and look a little bit how the data looks in the portal. This is basically our production tool running in our tenant. So as you guys can see, so we help you getting a view of everything that's going on in terms of Teams meetings in your organization, number of calls, quality of video, quality of audio, screen sharing. We also drill down in terms of locations. You see call types, you see number of participants, and you see performance of individual locations, right? And you can drill down into any of this and get more information about what is going on this particular tenant. And I mean, our platform is multi-tenant, so we can host different types of customers. We have existing customers running this tool for 2 million meetings a month. So it's quite scalable. And at the end, I'd like to finish with all the companies, a slide of all the companies that trust Kollective to host their data, to help optimizing their meetings, and to help analyzing all the Teams calls and Teams meetings going on in the organization, right? So I'm open for questions. If there's any, Andrea, any final words?
No, just wanted to thank you first and just say we have a booth outside, so if you have additional questions or you would like to have a deeper understanding of our solution, you can find us outside at the booth. And I think, although if I'm not mistaken, you do have the QR code on the last slide if anyone wants to access our website and have a look. Thank you very much.
Thank you.